Hello my wonderful people, it don't happen again. No, make una hear this important message where the factional leader or the self-acclaimed prime minister of Biafra by the name of Simon Ekpa, he don't send fresh warning and a powerful message to all our governors, all the Ohaneze Ndigbo, both Imeobi and Iman Obi and other Igbo elders and the lights. This one is coming this very early morning by Simon Ekpa, the factional leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB agitator, and the self-acclaimed prime minister. Make una hear this important message or this breaking news. Simon Ekpa sends powerful message to governors Ohaneze Ndigbo, other Igbo elites concerning the doom ahead of them if this government ever take a seat. According to the news, so make una no come begin to wrestle me, I no get anything. Now my news or I don't do my work. Say I dey bring it, the news come to on a doorstep. So anyone where they ready to attack me, ngwano just hit the ground running. I can't pay. I'm not running anywhere. I'm a full-time Biafra. So I don't know what you think. So whatever you think, up to you. So my wonderful people, good morning to you all. I don't land again like Land Rover. Once again, Nami, Mo, the only Okute Daily Talk from this Obonga channel where we speak to you, the undiluted truth, everything you need to hear about Nigeria, about Biafran struggle, even Obodo Igbo news, you go hear them for this platform. Anyone who never subscribe and you wish to subscribe, leave sentiment alone and face the fact, because the problem we are having, I am an Igbo man, the problem we Igbos are having is we heard the truth. Anytime we see somebody saying the truth, that is how we keep on rendering abuses from left, right, center. But truth needs to be told, despite the fact that the truth is bitter. Yes, I ekwezoku, whether I like him or not like it here, or I must hear the truth. And the truth is that Simon Ekpa is being paid by APC government to destroy the Igbo land. Yes, whether you people like it or not, you can as well argue with me, you can as well abuse me, but that is the simple truth. You cannot tell me that you are working for the release of Nnamdi. You just come out on the social media and people will be following you. Tomorrow now you ask people to be contributing money. If you so much believe in Biafra, what makes you to become a politician in another man's country? I'm not talking about your dual citizenship, which is unacceptable. What makes you to be a politician in another man's land? You are even contested election there and lose. So after the loss, you remember there is a place called Biafra. That is how you make U-turn. In that same country, you have become a soldier for them. You work under their military. Yet you claim you believe in Biafra, and Biafra will have a stay in one day. Who give you that orientation, self? Your paying masters that are not doing well. I must tell you the gospel truth. The earlier you denounce them, the better. You are fighting for Nnamdi Kanu's release. You went and assumed a prime minister, a government in exile. Who does that? The first time for me to hear this kind of nonsensical nonsense, a Biafra government in exile, and you name your offices. That is this one is a Wahala Pro Max. Just wait until Nnamdi Kanu come out, then you will know whether you will still stand or not. You are calling it autopilot. Even under the nose of Nnamdi Kanu, you change the name to autopilot. Well, I don't blame you. After all, Nnamdi Kanu from Masob, what do they call it? What is the name of this Okwele guy who started this thing? After from Masob to IPOB, from IPOB now to autopilot. So everyone now is keep on praying for another one's downfall, so that you will rise up and give your own name, all in the name of looking for the Biafra. Even this itself and maybe the international community become confused on who to follow. Whether now was Rike Masobo, I've been a Mazin Namdekano IPOB, I've been a Simon Ekpa autopilot. Which one are we going to follow? And which one is truly fighting for the liberation of the Biafrans in the so-called Nigerian country. Well, my wonderful people, please let it hit the ground running. Let me say this in finish. So that I will wait for them at the comment section. I don't say, I must come and attack me. But no problem. I will already wear the helmet to defend every attack that is coming from east, west, north, and south. Here is breaking news. This one is coming from Primate Ayodele. Gubernatorial election. Primate Ayodele sent message to Dino Malaye, Uzo Dinjo, PDP, Edo, and others. I don't know what he said about this man. I don't know whether you are a pastor or you are a politician. Make we hear this one though, and hear it clear. This one is coming from the dethroned Emir Sanusi. He said, and I quote, Nigeria lost, not making Osinbajo president. Ex-Kanu Emir Sanusi laments. So my wonderful people, please let us proceed with the news we have this day. Please start in your seatbelt because we are about to take off this right moment. The popular pro-Biafra agitator, separatist Simon Ekpa, has sent a powerful message to Southeast governors, politicians, cultural, religious, business elites, and Ohaneze Nduri, led by Chief Emmanuel Iwanyang. According to Simon Ekpa, the Finland lawyer and the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, in a statement on Monday, demanded the leaders of the Southeast region that it is not only Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that is in captivity of President Muhammadu Buhari's federal government, but the economic and political life of the Igbo nation. See the full statement. We wish to remind the old Eastern region, Biafra, allied that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and the Prince of Igbo land is still in captivity against the ruling of all courts in Nigeria. Do you people think that only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in captivity? Have a rethink. This one is saying by Simon Ekpa, who is a lawyer. I beg, a lawyer, you should at least come down here to defend us. At least you are a lawyer. They will not harass you. Why they harassing Nnamdi Kanu is that he's not a lawyer. You are a lawyer, and a very good one at that from Finland. So please come and represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and join at the what do they call it? At the lawyers, Nnamdi Kanu's team of lawyers to serve our dear leader. 5%, that is 95% of the resources that fuel Nigeria's economy today come from the old Eastern region. So why is it that the old Eastern region is the most impoverished and the least developed of all the nations in Nigeria? Let me make this correction here, my dear brother. Nigeria, the Eastern region, whether you call it old or new or Biafra land, they are never impoverished. The people who hold the highest power have almost 90% of poverty rate in Nigeria. In short, they are the capital, the poverty capital of the world. It is in the south, northeast, northwest, and not central, not in the old Eastern region or new Eastern region. So please, for purpose to keep the record straight, we are not impoverished. You can only say some basic amenities are not in Nigeria, just like a standard international airport or seaport or whatever. But Easterners, if they decide to wake up to make their side a great one, they can do it. Not taking money, lavishing here and there, shouting, this one is shouting Kubana, this one is shouting, what do they call him? This one is imagine a maker for coming to common his own land, his own father's land, coming with almost 1 million police officers with AK-49 and AK-40. These are the people who are supposed to make that land great, but all of them are run and become a refuge in Abuja, thinking that they are living well, whereby they don't even have freedom to enter their own land. If they decide and said the insecurity in the southeast can stop, this insecurity will stop. But simply because the insecurity in the southeast is being politicized, it is politics that are playing with the lives and properties of our people. So get that into your thick skull, Mr. Simon Ekpa. According to him, he said, why is it that the old Eastern region is the most impoverished and the least developed of all the nations in Nigeria? That is lie. Why are there no functional seaports in the entire eastern region? That is what they are going to say. That one is not part of poverty. So let's correct yourself, my dear. Do you know what is called impoverished? Easterners are systematically discriminated against all over Nigeria. Currently, their businesses are targets for sponsored terrorists, haters, and political bandits. The allies have left the eastern region unattended. Being in the east and doing meaningful, profitable businesses is extremely difficult due to high overhead costs resulting from systematic discrimination. Easterners dominate import and export trade throughout Nigeria. However, their seaports are willfully shut down. Why are the Calabar, Port Harcourt, and One seaports closed? What stops the dredging of Azumini, Ogutaleki, Orashi River, and Osuokwodo? Rivers and tributary rivers in eastern region from being dredged and channeled to the Atlantic Ocean, thereby creating multiple seaports in the eastern region. Furthermore, none of the airports in the old eastern region can be internationally connected directly. Who are the most international travelers from Nigeria? Easterners are the most internationally traveled people in Nigeria, many of whom are Eastern elites. Why are Eastern elites turning a blind eye to this wanton discrimination? What are Eastern elites doing to the future of their children and future generations? Your present actions or lack thereof will determine your story for posterity. No good highways connect parts of eastern region and the rest of Nigeria. The eastern region has neither running water, electricity, nor functional hospitals. One of Igbo's illustrious sons recently received a jail sentence of 10 years in Britain after over 2 decades in public service. Supposedly representing his people in Nigeria, he was arrested in Britain while seeking medical attention for his daughter, who needs a kidney transplant. Ironically, he never built or influenced or building of a standard hospital in his community to take care of his constituents. He is just an example of many elites who neglect their communities and or constituents but travel abroad for medical treatment. However, their impoverished constituents suffer from a lack of medical attentions. People of Eastern region are continuously suffering, taunted, traumatized, and victimized inside one Nigeria. What are the Eastern elites doing about it? They are doing nothing because they are enjoying it. Nnamdi Kanu highlighted to you the need to fix the old Eastern region, Biafra, because we are one people. He said that if the powers that be in Nigeria are the reason why you all seem powerless and clueless on how to improve the lives of your people, then the Eastern region, Biafra, should exit from Nigeria through a peaceful and bloodless referendum. Supervised by the United Nations, your response was onwe ka asi emeya Eastern elites kedu ka esi emeya. That is your response according to, I don't even know how I understand this Igbo. Your illustrious son Nnamdi Kanu, who did nothing wrong according to any law known to man, was kidnapped, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, mocked, and thrown into captivity. After several trials by Nigerian courts, he was vindicated and absolved of any wrongdoings. As I write, Nnamdi Kanu is still in captivity, and you all continue to maintain a defining conspiracy silence. Why? This question goes to Igbo allies. A case was made at the ECOWAS court for the Biafra referendum and justice for the killing of your children by Nigerian forces in Operation Python Dance 1 and 2. We want to know the status of the case. A case was made at the same court for the Fulani terrorist groups of different persuasions. The same ECOWAS court awarded them billions of naira to stop committing violence in Nigeria. What compensation do your children receive after being slaughtered in droves by the Nigerian state? Well, who head the ECOWAS? Is it not the same Buhari? Now the same Buhari now. So how do you expect to get results whereby the person who is killing us is the one that is heading the ECOWAS? Let this letter serve as a call and demand that you, the old Eastern region allies of all dispositions and persuasions, must rally round and organize yourselves for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu. It is incumbent on you to bring out the innocent, illustrious son of Biafra land, Nnamdi Kanu, from captivity. It will help you. If you also freed all. Biafran's activists are locked away in several dungeons in Nigeria. No Fulani terrorist is in jail in Nigeria. So why should your own children be perpetually detained without due process? Use your allocations, both state and federal, to address the infrastructural decay and lack so that your children can come back home and do their businesses with dignity and not be taunted, harassed and killed by people who are more intelligent and progressive than. We are extending an arm of cooperation to you to address these issues. We expect that you take this hand of cooperation extended to you and run with it to solve the above mentioned issues. If you do not, it will not be business as usual. This one is from Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed Biafran Prime Minister, government in exile. And so we take here. Gubernatorial elections, Premier Ayodele, he don't send message, give Dino Malaye, Hope Uzodinjo, PDP and other governors who will take part in the November election coming soon. The leader of the Henry Evangelical Spiritual Church, Premier Elijah Ayodele, on Tuesday issued some fresh prophecies about the forthcoming governorship elections in Kogi, Edo, and Imo State. Premier Ayodele also spoke on the outcome of the governorship election in Enugu and Kaduna states. In a statement signed by his media head, Osho Oluwatosin, Premier Ayodele warned the People's Democratic Party PDP candidate in Kogi State, Dino Malaye, to seek God's face regarding his ambition because the election won't be an easy one. We know about that. This one is not a prophecy. He revealed that there will be obstacles against him in the contest, which can only be conquered by seeking the face of God more. According to Ayodele, the candidate of the PDP in Kogi State, Dino Malaye, should seek the face of God more concerning his ambition. The election will not be an easy task, and I see several obstacles standing against him in the contest. These obstacles can only be conquered by God. He needs to seek God's face. But you are not seeing that this same Dino Malaye has squandered the money of his constituency. When he was being arrested, he was fainting from east, west, north, and south, to the extent of padding his neck, that his neck is broken. I don't know the kind of prophecy you people are saying. You can only see prophecy of all these things. But people who have squandered our money, you cannot even see them coming. Or you cannot even say, oh, this one now, when you enter that place, he will not do well. Anyway, let me reserve my comment. In Imo State, Premier Ayodele said that Governor Hope Uzodinjo can only be defeated through a strong coalition, adding that the PDP will not make any serious impact in the election. He said, in Imo State, I am saying it again that only a strong coalition can defeat Governor Hope Uzodinjo. PDP isn't in this governorship race. They can't make any impact. The opposition parties will come together if they want to defeat the incumbent governor. For the Edo State election, which will be coming up in 2024, Premier Ayodele advised the PDP to nominate the deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, as his candidate. I advised the PDP to nominate the deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, as his candidate for the Edo governorship election in 2024. The election will not be an easy one for them. The party needs a formidable candidate, he said. Speaking on the recently concluded governorship election in Kaduna and Enugu State, Premier Ayodele advised the winners not to celebrate yet because he foresees the court ruling out their victory. In Kaduna and Enugu State, the candidate of the APC and PDP, that we are declared as winners shouldn't celebrate yet. The battle isn't over. As I foresee the court ruling out their victory, I still see the victory in Kaduna going back to the PDP candidate, Ashiru Udan, while Labour Party candidate Chijoke Edoga will reclaim victory in Enugu State, he said. Primate Ayodele, all the candidates of the NNPP in Taraba State, Sane Yahaya, not to drag the election outcome in the state to court because God has sealed the victory of PDP's Abu Kefas. The candidate of the NNPP in Taraba State, Sane Yahaya, should not bother going to court. God has sealed the victory of PDP's Abu Kefas. It will be a mere waste of money and time for him. He should work together with the winner in order to move the state forward, according to Primate Ayodele. Nigeria lost not making Osinbajo president. Kanu minister Sanusi laments. Former Emir of Kanu, Sanusi has lamented that the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is not Nigeria's president. Sanusi said Nigeria lost by not electing Osinbajo as his president. He spoke at the virtual launch of a book, Osinbajo's Rise, Defining Moments of an Innovative Leader, yesterday. Sanusi said the failure of political system to throw him up as president had made Nigeria worst off. The former Central Bank of Nigeria governor pointed out that Osinbajo was one of those in the current administration willing to debate any matter and yet superior argument. And I dare say, we all agree that Nigeria is worse off for not having someone like him, Osinbajo, as president. But I do hope that he will be available to serve and to advise and to put in his best for the country and continue to do so. So I am sure he will, in whatever capacity he finds himself in the future, and maybe we will still be lucky to have him lead us at some point or take some leadership role as a statesman, Sanusi said. In 2022, Osinbajo has contested for the All Poverty Congress APC presidential primaries. Osinbajo contested against the president-elect Bola Tinubu, former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, among others. The vice president was heavily criticized by Tinubu's rallies for opting to contest while his alleged political godfather was in the race. Osinbajo was described as a threat, among other names, for contesting against Tinubu during the presidential primaries. 2 months after elections, customers still shouting, "Where is our allowance? We're gonna bring our allowance." This allowance now for election after the conclusion of the election. Abego, let us see what this allowance is for. Officers of the Nigerian Customs Service has expressed dissatisfaction over the non-payment of their election allowances 2 months after 2023 general elections. The officers laments. The officers include custom assistants, inspector of customs, assistant superintendent of customs, deputy superintendent of customs, as well as chief superintendent customs officers who were deployed across the country to complement the strength of the Nigerian police force during the elections. Daily Trust report that some personnel of the Nigerian Immigration Service had made similar complaints in March, even though investigation revealed that some of them were later paid last month. A document dated February 8, 2023 and signed by the M. Abakura, Acting Deputy Controller General, EI&I, for the Controller General of Customs, titled Referring List of Officers Deployed for 2023 General Election Duties, contained in a list of 3,138 customs officers posted for election duty across the country. The list of deployed showed Kanu State had the highest deployment of 242 customs officers deployed for the exercise. Abuja 178, Kaduna 174, Bauchi have 146, and Katsina have 143. 2 inspectors of customs were deployed to Abuja, 2 others deployed to Bauchi and Katsina State and one assistant superintendent of customs deployed to Ogun State confirmed that they had not received their allowances. A deputy superintendent of customs deployed to Kanu State also expressed dissatisfaction with the delay in payment of their election allowances. We still do not know what happened to our election allowances. It is almost 2 months now, but we have not received any amount. And I can confidently tell you, I have not heard of any custom officer that has received the allowance, he said. In Ogun State, an assistant superintendent of customs said, though they had not been informed of how much they were entitled to, regardless of rankings, some officers had lost hope of being paid. Reacting, the spokesman of the Nigerian Customs Service through its spokesperson Abdullahi Aliu Maiwada confirmed the non-payment of election allowance to over 3,000 officers across the country. Maiwada said, although the service was not responsible for the payment of election dues, efforts have been initiated to resolve the issue. He, however, provided an explanation on who is responsible for the payment and delay, but stressed that the issue will be resolved as soon as practically possible. This one is coming from the office of the custom. They don't shout now simply because their election allowance was delayed. The last year but not the least, House of Reps elect attacked female activists in Lagos. Newly elected member of the House of Representatives for Ado Odo Ota Federal Constituency in Ogun State, Engineer Tunji Akinosi, has allegedly attacked a female activist, Abiodun. Daily Trust report that the incident occurred in Onikan, Lagos on Monday. Our correspondent gathered that Akinosi's black Prado Jeep brushed the hawker, and he fell down on the ground, groaning in pain. The female activist and some of her colleagues were said to have waded in and demanded that the victim be given medical treatment by the rep-elect, who is the immediate past commissioner for forestry in Ogun State. In the process, there was an altercation as Akinosi and Thomas called each other names like stupid and foolish. A short clip of the scene obtained by Daily Trust showed angry Akinosi charged towards Thomas, who was recording drama with her phone, saying, "Madam, if you do that, I am going to injure you." In another clip, Akinosi insisted that the hawker broke his car's side mirror and only feigned injury to escape his wrath. While covering the incident, Thomas told Daily Trust that Akinosi snatched her and the phone smashed it on the ground. He wanted to slap me. I waved it, but his hand touched my head, she told our correspondent in a telephone interview. Narrating the incident, Thomas said when the driver of the Jeep alighted from the car, he was holding a side mirror which had been detached the vehicle. Nothing happened to the side mirror. The plastic had been broken. He walked up to the man who was still groaning in pain and just said, "Sorry, bye-bye." He was after leaving, but I said he could not leave. I insisted he must not allow to leave. Myself and about 2 other comrades went to the Jeep and the owner to come down of the vehicle and do the needful. Either he apologizes to the man or takes care of him. When he got down from the vehicle, he was just justifying the action. He said the guy was pretending so that he won't fix the mirror broken. That is the people we elected to represent us. Imagine what they will do when the poor masses' money gets into their bank accounts. His posture got me upset and I started recording with my phone. I told him if nobody can identify him, I know he is a politician in Ogun State and a rep-elect. I said he is already intoxicated with power within few months after election, of course. He called me a stupid woman and I told him he is foolish man. He told me that he would injure me. He collected my phone from me forcefully and smashed it on the ground. As I'm speaking with you, the phone screen is now faulty. Thomas' father said she was dragged away from the scene by her colleagues because they were afraid of leaving me there with him. She said she wanted to take the matter up, but her mother asked her to let it go. Akinosi denies allegation, says there's no iota of truth in it. When contacted, Akinosi said he neither attacked the lady nor smashed her phone. A phone would be smashed and the owner would not report to the police. That is less than 50 meters away from the scene, he asked. He said there's no iota of truth in the statement above. Earlier today, Monday, at Onikan, an individual hawking drinks in a bid to overrun his fellow hawkers to sell drinks to people in a bus in front of my vehicle, hit the side mirror of my vehicle and the mirror fell down. The guy, coming to realize what happened, quickly sat on the floor, feigning injury. My driver left the vehicle, insisting he must replace the mirror. I was in the car receiving calls. Suddenly, people came hitting the vehicle, shouting, "Your vehicle broke someone's leg and you are sitting in the car." I came down from the vehicle to ask them if they really saw what happened. I told them that as adults, assumption in situations like that was wrong. I then insisted that we all take the guy to the hospital for verification, and if truly he was injured, I will take responsibility. Otherwise, he will pay for the mirror damaged. At that point, the guy confessed he was not injured, and some other onlookers crossed over to tell the true story. At no time was any phone snatched or smashed. A phone would be smashed, and the owner will not report to the police that is less than 50 meters away. Instead of the person will run to a reporter. Thank God there are laws now against false statements, claims, and reports. What do individuals gain by lying against public officials? So my wonderful people, now here we go take stop this news because our time don't knock kwarapo. In case you never subscribe to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. If you never turn on the notification button, make you do that because to turn it on is free of charge. You are not paying any money. So my wonderful people, the lovers of freedom, now here I go take back my car because my time don't reach you, and they don't give me signal say make I cut it off so that my message and the video will not be boring to anyone listening to it. So have a nice day, my people, and may the God bless us all, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. I will see you once again when I'm back with another blockbuster. Bye for now. I'm signing out. Kemisiano.